And we are live in Seattle. With the ENDD protest group for the 180-day march. So it is 180 days since the first George Floyd protest in Seattle, and it is 21 years since the WTO riots in Seattle. And hang on 1 second here, malcontents. All right, good. So let me explain to you what's going on from a streaming standpoint. There was a lot of consternation about streamers tonight. There was a woman that showed up that honestly I have no idea who she was, and was kind of like, you know, trying to play the card of like, hey, I know you as a streamer. And she name dropped CJ, of which I told her, you know, that's a borderline good way to get not what you want. And then she said Katie invited her. And I'm like, Katie who? And she couldn't say. The bottom line is this: she created a huge stake about streamers being here tonight. And then there was a big talk about no streamers. And then, you know, there are no leaders, but someone who is kind of the organizer, rallier. Again, we're not using the word leader. That noise was behind and not related to anything he had. Someone's just not related to E&D at all. Someone's dragging something across the street. That's the sound you're hearing, but it has nothing to do with this. So the bottom line is, we got clearance to stream, but we're gonna hang back. And the reason for that is, if y'all remember, we did a stream, wow, that was like back in late July. And I'll talk about that in a minute. We did a stream, I want to say like back in late July. And we were specifically invited by Direct Action. Early July, it was mid-July. Specifically invited Direct Action to go. People all heard that on live. And about 15 minutes in, we were told nope. And I was left standing in the middle of a dark street by myself with known bad actors in the area. There has been a significant amount of angst between the various protest groups in Seattle. There's 4 main groups. There's Morning March, EDM, which is the Everyday March, BAC, Black Action Coalition, and ENDD, the Direct Action Group. ENDD and EDM had a major falling out. I'm not going to get into the details between that. This is probably the largest direct action group that I've seen because basically everybody here is DA. And we'll see what happens tonight. If you want to support the Malcontent News, I don't know if you've noticed, we've kind of started doing a little bit of a rebranding to better represent what we have become and what we are becoming. And so you're starting to see this slow turn into us into more of a news organization. I think we're starting to get our Google listing and Google News. Today, at the Cairo interview I gave, we were referred to as Malcontent News. We actually didn't ask for that. When I was done giving the interview, I was like, oh, I forgot to say, hey, can you please use the new brand? Yeah, we generally don't discuss streets and locations, but this is a super well-known street in Seattle. And we're on Broadway. We're basically at Broadway and Pine. A lot of protest marches start at this intersection. The other reason I'm actually kind of grateful on the challenge of being probably the only approved streamer for this tonight and hanging back is this is super COVID friendly for me. This is extreme social distancing. Dora, thank you so much. Much appreciated, Dora. I really appreciate you supporting independent media. One of the best ways that you can support us is real simple. Like, share, follow, watch party. We're on Twitter, Malcontentment T. So it's the word malcontentment. Oh, the front! That's the word malcontentment T. I essentially just accidentally got whipped. It was totally accidental. But I kind of got whipped. That's the best way to describe it. It's not like a real whip, just kind of the best way to describe what happened. Anyway, I was saying, we're on Twitter, Malcontentment T. We're on Periscope, Malcontentment T. So the word malcontentment.
Diamond of the Seattle Police Department.
Hey! The Auto Club is here!
We would ask that you guys engage in lawful expression of free speech that we support. You have engaged in property destruction by damaging an ATM. Any acts of violence or significant property destruction can result in your arrest.
Oh, this is so much better. You could actually hear their announcements. Police.
Again, this is Lieutenant Diamond of the Seattle Police Department. This group has committed property destruction And they've also taken down construction material and put it out in the middle of the street. We support your right to free speech. We support your right to assembly. Any act of violence or property destruction will result in arrest and we must holding you responsible for this unlawful action.
Lieutenant Diamond is way behind us. Lieutenant Diamond is a solid block behind. But they did not waste any time, which is what I thought was going to happen tonight. That they would not waste any time in showing up. Yeah, police showed up real quick to this. I don't think we've been marching, I don't know how long we've been streaming, 15 minutes? And the police showed up really quick to this. And there is Lieutenant Diamond. I guess Lieutenant Brooks is taking the night off. You know, I've heard. So what they're doing is they've moved the trash dumpster into the road on a trash can. This is a very common tactic. It's done to slow SPD down. Really? Bear with me here. Well, I charged and tested all equipment before I left, and I've already got a dead battery. And they're moving fast, so we're just gonna roll.
What the hell rat brutal on eaters, man.
That's
Even talking through it fucking hurts.
they have it turned up.
Yeah.
They got it cranked up. I mean, Portland doesn't have theirs. He's got the volume knob turned up.
Yeah.
So what's going on? I'm in this position here. Let me do this. You can see what's going on. I can't at this moment. Holding the camera backwards. They're clearing the trash dumpsters out of the street. The marchers are continuing up the street. ENDD cannot take accountability for the blinking Silver Cloud Hotel button. The fundamental problem is they don't want people filming within the protest group itself. And a lot of streamers don't understand that. There are, appears 3 SPD units, maybe 4, a good block behind. Well, this group's coming up to a Whole Foods, so we'll see what happens. Both the group of protesters and SPD are making this a bit of a challenge to stream. SPD's now moving up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles. And now they're moving up a lot closer. I still estimate 5 vehicles. And the protest group is moving forward again. And again, so far,
to the community members, we apologize for the trash, material, and traffic construction that is put out in the roadway. We apologize for the graffiti, property destruction that is happening. To the group, we would ask that you remain peaceful. Do not destroy property. Do not place obstructions in the road, as this is a thoroughfare for vehicular traffic, first responders.
Nathaniel, not really a snatch van. They don't have those here in Seattle.
As we approach hospitals, we would ask this group not to block the area and access to these locations, as these are active hospitals treating people for a variety of problems. So do not obstruct the roadways at those locations. We would ask that you not commit property destruction that has already occurred. Committing property destruction may result in your individual arrest.
They really like their LRAD system. And now once again, SPD, solid block behind. All right, South Park reference. Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson. Some of you will get the reference. We'll have to make a meme out of that.
That makes a lot of sense. You are blocking. Yeah, right. Look, people gotta go. People work. Agitator. I just saw people throwing shit in the street. What are you talking about? On this side, with my own eyes. Your group. Your group. Your group. To protect yourself from own it. Own it.
I can smell fresh paint. If you look on the road, not related to the protest, there's some paint spilt all over the road. That paint seems dry though. I'm only turning the camera. There's nothing going on. I promise you. The group is doubling back, so I've now kind of become at the front of the group. And if you hear that I'm huffing and puffing a little bit, A, I have been on the treadmill enough, freely admit it. And B, they're moving at a pretty quick pace. Hey, we're in the spotlight now. That's me in the spotlight. Gonna start singing an REM song. So for those of you just tuning in, we are live. We're in Seattle. There's a lot of stragglers in block. So the group is kind of spreading out. So I'm gonna back off a little bit. Ian and I have talked about all this on air. About, you know, stragglers and people that are like, oh, let me look at the camera. We're just... goes back to my view that there needs to be some accountability on protesters' part. I've never come down this street. Maybe they've come down this street. I've never come down here. Aha! I see why they did what they did. The gate is locked. So as I started to say, for those of you just tuning in, we are live. We are in Seattle. This is the 180 days of protest march in Seattle. and the 21st anniversary of the WTO, World Trade Organization riots in 1999. If you're not familiar with WTO and what happened in Seattle, yeah, easily 100 people, right? This is a shot here that shows how many people are here. Not seeing SPD bike officers behind us. There are a number of documentaries you can watch about WTO. If documentaries aren't your jam, there's a docudrama which has an ensemble cast called The Battle in Seattle. And with that said, it's not super good, and it's loosely factual. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, that's true, that never happened, oh, that's total bullshit, that didn't happen, yes, that's true. You know, it's a docudrama. That person's not real, this person's not real, etc. Bella Ciao, an Italian protest song going back to the era of Mussolini. The tune and the lyrics adapted in Spanish and in Russian and of course in English. I'm walking slow because it's kind of dark and the ground is super muddy where I'm at, and I don't want to give you all the amusement of me busting my ass. The group's kind of fanned out now over about a block. And they're targeting a Starbucks. What I suspect will happen here is SPD will probably be here shortly. The main protest body is continuing to move. So I'm going to move with the protest body. And Seattle police has moved in.
You have committed multiple acts of property destruction and are committing criminal mischief. This is an unlawful assembly.
All right.
You're involved in criminal mischief, significant property destruction, blocking traffic and moving items out into the road, and graffiti.
So they've declared this an unlawful assembly. You have citizens yelling at the police. You have the police yelling at the protesters. And now we have the Auto Club here. They have made the call of an unlawful assembly. Oop. Check my horizons. Horizons are good. Snagged a tree. Probably to the amusement of SPD behind me. So the protesters are moving fast. I'm kind of equal distant. That spotlight that you might be seeing now is SPD. One, two, three, four, five, maybe six. Again, they're still moving, so I'm gonna keep moving. Person with a fist up in the air in solidarity. I don't know if you saw that. All right. I definitely need to get back on the treadmill.
Put dumpsters in the roadway. You're blocking roadways. There are people that live here that need to move about freely. You are blocking the roadway for those individuals. Again, this group is engaged in criminal mischief, and I'm giving you an order to disperse. This is Lieutenant Diamond.
I don't give a shit. There are people dying all the time.
Exactly. We're trying to stop it, so sometimes that means a little bit of
Okay, you're gonna have me clean this up?
No, I won't. I'll give you some info on
Fuck
it.
you.
All right, have a good rest of your night as well.
Yeah, right.
Human life is more important.
The reason I got a little quiet, it's a little bit of a dynamic scene. They're moving real fast uphill. But there are some protesters behind me, in front of me. SPD has taken a different route.
Stay safe.
It's very dark.
circumstances have kind of changed a little to the wording of the stuff.
Whew. Okay. It looks like SPD bike cops are coming. It looks like SPD bike cops are coming. Yeah. SPD bike cops are here. Oh, that was one hell of a hill. Bike cops are closing in. I suspect there's not enough room to move in. So my guess is they're setting up. Number of bike officers have increased. You're just tuning in. We are live. We are in Seattle. This is the 180-day march. It is also the 21st anniversary of WTO. Seattle bike officers are following the group. And are following very closely, but so far have made no movement. But they have probably closed to within 25 or 30 feet of the protesters. And I know they're right up on me because I can hear all their conversations and radio chatter. As can you. Probably.
How does it feel to be a joke? Racist USA! No KKK, no racist USA! No KKK, no racist USA! No KKK, no racist
this is probably a good time to say you need to give the mods and admins a pay raise. And the way you give them a pay raise, spam those hearts. Let them know you appreciate the work they're doing. They are now maybe 15 feet from the protesters. They are basically right on my back. And I am less than a car length from the back of the main protest group. Right now, things are calm.
Every day. Every day.
All right, SPD is calling a hold. And you've got
This described. Regardless of your purpose, you will be in violation of city and state law. The following routes of dispersal are available for you.
Fascist burn in hell!
You can move northbound on 16 or west on Spring. You have 2 minutes to move.
So, you heard it.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Ah, shoot. I didn't expect them to go this way.
Who's got your back? Who's got your back? Got your back? Who's got your back? I got your back.
So, DJ Diamond Elrad is over there. Bike cops once again are behind. So I'm in this position where I'm trying to comply within reason, but fair number of trees. So it's very hard for me to get up on the sidewalk. Well, they said there were 2 minutes to comply. I feel like more than 2 minutes have gone by. What SPD will do, they'll call for a dispersal order. They'll call for a dispersal order, but they'll call for a dispersal order, but then they don't let people disperse. So that best person to move out of the way was me. So, SPD getting ready to target and arrest multiple SPD officers to my right.
Up on the sidewalk, Pat. Up on the sidewalk. Get over on the sidewalk, dude.
I've been pushed by SPD into the police line. And there they go.
I am Sergeant Moore with the Seattle Police Department. I am now issuing a public safety order to disperse, and I demand all of the
Police have moved in.
disperse, which means leave the area. Move northbound on 16th Avenue or westbound on East Drive. If you remain in the area described, regardless of your
That is the LRAD unit right here.
What is the reason for arrest?
Other police action could include the use of chemical agents and less lethal munitions.
So
Move northbound on 16 or westbound on Pine. Move immediately. Move northbound now. Move northbound or westbound now.
it's Sergeant Bull.
Do not throw rocks or bottles at the police while we are making a lawful arrest.
All right, that's a serious escalation. A bottle was thrown at the police.
This is Lieutenant Diamond of the Seattle Police Department. Do not throw projectiles at the officers. As I said, if you are involved in property destruction, assault, or any other criminal act, you're subject to arrest. We will identify and arrest you. We support peaceful expression of free speech.
So I've already had a stern warning of staying on the sidewalk. There they go, they're rolling. They're rolling.
Safe spot if you need it. Safe spot.
A bunch of SPD's officers just again kind of moved up, and I'm mixed in with them again and behind them. SPD just ran by. Oh, this is kind of back to early August. Officers in front of me have pepper spray out. They have the blue dye cans. Don't they know I like the rough stuff? Just once, I'd like to have a normal day with SPD. Just once. All right, SPD has stopped. They are a solid block. I heard some conversation about them wanting to hold there. Regroup is my word, not theirs. I don't know exactly what word they used. But what SPD has done is pushed the protesters deep into a residential neighborhood, which doesn't make a lot of sense. That was one of the organizers. So SPD almost 2 blocks back. I could see a couple of people moving in the lights. What I don't know is, are those medics? Is that bicycle squad? Is it just a person? Or is that part of the protesters? Yeah, it totally sounds like someone is being arrested. Another person shooting video just said that. Yeah. Someone is being arrested up there. Karen, don't be a Karen. I said deeper. You left out that important word. Pushed deeper into a residential neighborhood. Deeper. So once again, they're moving trash dumpsters into the streets. I have to balance between sticking close to the protesters, watching my 6, and being able to jump on the sidewalk really fast. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm already on strike 1. Hey. No. If that's Black Block Katie, she's changed her shoes. All right. We're moving more into back into a business area. Although candidly, I have no flippant idea where we are. I mean, I know we're in Seattle. That is the first time most plate receivers come with a rescue strap. The whole idea is if somebody's wounded, you can grab that rescue strap, drag them to safety. That is the first, this is, you know, I talked very briefly about this on Como today. You know, this change of tactics and then moving much faster and targeted. And we saw that. But this is the first time I've ever had anybody grab that rescue strap. One of the officers grabbed my rescue strap on the plate receiver, basically yanked me out of the way, and like handed it off almost to another officer who yanked me further out of the way.
Like you boys got the bag?
All right, I don't know how well you're gonna see them. Almost 2 blocks back, there is, almost 2 blocks back, there is SPD. And again, I'm trying to balance staying closer to the protesters, honor their requests, show the whole story, not get in the police's way, show their story. It's an interesting night tonight. For those of you on all the different channels, when things get this busy, I can't answer your questions, right? That's not a police vehicle.
Holy shit.
That's somebody who probably is thinking they just made a wrong turn. I'd like to say hi to Kitty. Kitty Shackelford. Hi, Kitty. Oh, wait, we can't say hi to Kitty. Kitty got banned for stealing everybody's content. Kitty is off the air. Kitty actually stole so much of our content. I actually gave up on doing takedowns with her. Because it was like we would stream and we'd have to do like 4, 6, 8. And Twitter's process for DMCA takedowns sucks. Twitch is awesome. I guess that is a police undercover vehicle that is behind us. It's got to be. Interestingly, yeah, I'm positive that's a couple undercover units following. Turn off my, things are quiet. turn off that camera. Oh, I know where we are. We're almost back to Broadway. I remember this area from the October 3rd march. SPD was making my life particularly miserable on that march. You know, I just realized my camera's decentered. Well, there's a bus behind. So my camera to my monitor is a little decentered. I'm gonna need the group to stop at some point for like 10 to 20 seconds, and then I can deal. How you doing, Chris? Yeah. Got pushed around a little bit. Comes with the territory. It's been a while. You know, you probably have heard a couple of thumps, but, well, that was just a board. You probably heard a couple of thumps. So honestly, I don't know what they were. They were to my right, but there's just a brick wall there. You're not showing anything. Oh, word Uncle Ike's. Well, things are probably going to get interesting now. Well, wow, surprisingly, they just kept moving past Uncle Ike's. Wow, we've covered a lot of distance in a short period of time. He doesn't show anything. It's really dark where they are. I don't know what to tell you. I'm no SPD. Oh, here come the bike officers. Here they come. Little hard to tell where the LRAD message is coming from. It sounds like it's in front of us and to my left.
We apologize to the individuals that live out of here. We have given multiple orders to disperse. This is an unlawful assembly due to criminal mischief.
Here come SPD.
To the north.
There's a huge contingent of SPD cyclists and multiple SPD vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus DJ LRAD. I'm gonna have an opportunity here to scoot across. Is that the Bearcat? That might be the Bearcat. Like how they accelerated at me. All right, I'm gonna dip the camera and I'm gonna move a little faster. I'm on your right.
Can we get a hair tie and tie the hair back?
People have been pepper spray deployed. Pepper spray deployed. I just passed several people who had been pepper sprayed. Protesters are moving really fast. Whew. Fuckers. I gotta dip the camera. I've been ordered onto the sidewalk, and it's creating a huge problem for both tail. Okay. All right, so you're seeing what I'm seeing. Well, you're seeing what I'm not seeing because the camera's pointing behind me and I'm going forward. Sorry.
Don't you guys have to briefcase? Do not see us away from it! Isn't there something better you could be doing? Don't you need to harass some homeless people? It's about that time.
So SPD is basically starting to almost mix in with the protesters. And I'm now being pushed off the sidewalk. But the officer that chatted with me on our 6-6 video is basically to my immediate right.
Did you do your research on why you were sounded? Have you read your charter? Do you know? Probably not, because you just follow orders. Do some fucking research about how SPD got started and see if you still want to keep your job. Even though technically y'all were founded to regulate the sale of pigs, and this has been way over exaggerated. You're really overreaching on your fucking stuff.
There's about 10 SPD officers to my right. The closest two officers to the group of protesters could take 2 quick steps and grab someone if they wanted to. Can one of the mods timestamp the feed? One of the mods timestamp the feed. Thank you. If you're seeing me dip the camera, it's so I can get under trees.
Look, they're marching right along. Yeah.
So basically, this group of officers that was in front of me was just making my life miserable. So I've let them pass, and I'm now following behind them. One of the officers made a disparaging comment about Seattle Public Schools and teachers and COVID. Yeah. Sorry about that. Kicked the pole. It happens. Oof. Oh, damn. All right, so we're at Volunteer Park. So we've traveled, I think we're about a mile from Callahan, but you know, we didn't get here by some easy route. Their contempt for the city that they allegedly serve, and not the protesters. And I mean, we could highlight the video and send it in, and we could probably carefully check and figure out which officer it was, but OPA won't do anything. And if they want to talk that way at a barbecue in a backyard, I guess that's their fucking prerogative. But when you're on the payroll and you're editorializing about the school system, the teachers, and COVID, I don't know. I think it's wrong. It almost feels a little snowflakey on their part. Well, they're now rolling down into Volunteer Park.
You are bad people! Healthcare workers wear their masks for fucking 16 hours! How the fuck do you work with Nazis who don't wear masks? How the fuck do you sleep at night? It's funny that the white people laugh. The white police officers laugh. Hey, POC, stop! You just let it happen? You laugh too? Fuck off! It's funny when you smile when a 16-year-old black girl gets hurt. I fucking seen the white cops go be in there. Do anything. Does anything happen to
By the way,
No!
if you're an anti-masker, I'm wearing an N95, a cloth overlay, then I'm essentially wearing a baklava because it's cold. And my face is all covered.
Right to a gigantic mansion in Los Angeles. You know? Let's protect human rights, basic human rights.
Get out! Fucking fascist piece of shit!
I guess the bottom line is, if I could do all of this with an N95 and a cloth overlay and a baklava over my face, you can wear a fucking paper mask into the grocery store. Well, thank you, SPD, for lighting the way. Because if I had to do this in the dark, I would have already needed first, second, and third aid. This is so we've gone downhill at Volunteer Park, down a trail. Well, you just heard that. They're going to put some, at least the foot officers that are on foot are now saying they're going to fall back. Bike officers are continuing a very, very tight, like really tight.
Super tight.
Super tight. They're keeping it cozy tonight.
Yeah.
You are not good people! You are not good people! You can flash the light at me, I haven't done shit! You are not good people!
I am.
You said the N-word! I know how the fuck you sleep knowing your co-worker just said the N-word! A 16-year-old black girl was just beat today! How the fuck do you sleep at night? I can't fucking sleep knowing you're out here! How the fuck do you sleep at night? You are the bad people! You are not good people! I hear you laugh when I say 16-year-old black girl just that officer just laughed when I said it! You think it's fucking funny? How the fuck do you sleep? You're the worst people! 15 years old!
Watch our flank, guys.
You fucking monster!
Look, he's aiming at him so he can shoot
Shut
him.
the bed!
They trying to shoot rubber bullets.
Medics, keep moving.
You fucking are bad people!
Let's go.
All right. Well, they're making it interesting to say the least.
On bike, some on foot, a whole bunch of them.
Big high rises with all the empty apartments. Those would be perfect for the people that are on the streets right now.
So, what you're hearing about homelessness, the unhomed, and I've talked about this and written about this. Seattle has at least 12,500 unhomed. Some estimates put it as high as 20,000. And the city of Seattle and King County, dipping the camera because of trees, where Seattle is located, King County. I felt the tug, I'll check horizons. Spends about $1 billion a year with the B on homelessness. They're moving in. They're moving. They're moving.
Come on, folks, move up.
That appeared totally unprovoked. That was like totally unprovoked. It appears they tried to grab someone in front of me. but there was no one being arrested. I'm kind of in this state where I am permanently between the lines. It's a place I always tell streamers and streamers or journalists, you generally don't want to be between the lines. But SPD is basically keeping no man's land to like 2 feet. And the other strategy of, okay, I'll stay behind their lines. They're spread out pretty wide between their vehicles and bike officers. They're about a block. So it kind of forces me to stay and then again, it's all the trees and stuff. Brutal on pole cam. See ya, thank you. See ya, thank you. Oh, jeez. The other thing that gets troublesome when they're this close is I'm always worried when I go to dip the camera that I'm going to unintentionally hit someone and then they're just going to go second degree assault. Which is part of the reason why when I go, hey, I'm dipping the camera, that's why I say, hey, I'm dipping the camera. Because then at least there's a record. Dipping the camera on the subject of. And there we go.
Full cam a little tough here, huh?
Who's playing music right
now? Everyone's a music critic. Okay.